I'm honored. I'm honored. What an amazing day to be asked to speak about the work you do, and for the work you do to be seen as important. Gifted children are a very unique population of kids. A lot of people think that gifted kids have got it made. They're exceptionally bright, and they just have to decide what they want to do it, and the world is theirs. And the reality is, for kids who are cognitively advanced, meaning they can think and do things beyond the age of their peers, the world can be an incredibly difficult place. And it can be difficult because they don't fit neatly. So anyone who doesn't fit neatly struggles. So my job with the district is to work with all of those children and to try and help them figure out how to be in the world when you see and feel a little bit differently than all of the peers that you are with in your classrooms. So when it comes to the skills part of it, the actual teaching curriculum, that happens in your classroom. And they come and they see me for a number of days over the course of the years. And I do a different kind of thing with them. I do some creativity, a creativity problem-solving program. And what happens there is they're challenged by these problems that are set out by an organization called Destination Imagination for students around the world to work on. And it doesn't matter what age you are when you're doing these challenges, whether you're in grade 3 or in university, you get the exact same challenge. That's how wide open they are. And you can take your talents, your skills, your abilities in any direction you want with these challenges. There's engineering involved, there's storytelling involved, there's fine arts. It's a matter of showcasing what you're able to do and putting it together with the skills and talents of other people and seeing what you come up with. So it's a program I've been doing now for 7 years with the kids. And while the Destination Imagination is a fantastic program and lots of fun, it's a tiny part of what's important with what I do with the kids. Now I gotta go back to my notes here. One of the conversations I don't have with the kids and the girls in particular is about that they can dream whatever they want. They can shatter the glass ceilings. They can end the gender gap. They can make the world a more equal place. I don't have that conversation with them. What I tell them is, and what we talk about is not what they want to be, but how they want to be in the world. And we talk about the content of their character. Because I think that, well, here's how I start. And if you can see, I've brought the poster that's hanging up in my room along at the front, and I'll give you actually a copy of these before you go. I tell them when they come in that what I know is that within every single one of them are these virtues. All of them. Some of them, they've had opportunities to practice more. Some of them, they haven't recognized yet. Some of them, they don't even know the meaning of yet, but I will help them discover it. But that what they're going to do with me is learn to speak this language. So they can speak this language with their friends, they can speak this language with their families, they can speak this language with anyone, because I believe that this language is far more important and is very important in developing who we want to become. And that's a big thing for gifted kids and all kids. There's always people putting pressure on us. We should do this. So you're going to be the first female astronaut or from Grande, Prairie, or some of those kids that I work with put on incredible pressure on themselves that in order to be successful, they have to be the first and most outstanding at whatever they do, and that's enormous pressure. I take that pressure away and I tell them that that's not what's important to me. Because they'll at some point figure out what it is they want to be. And perhaps it will be a doctor. But what is a doctor without compassion? and excellence. They may want to be a politician, but what is a politician, or who is a politician without integrity or honesty? They may decide that they want to be an artist, but an artist needs confidence and humility and creativity and courage. What about a teacher without understanding or without kindness or flexibility? So we can shatter glass ceilings and we can demand equity and we can stomp out violence, but I believe if we don't do it considering and developing our own character on the way, that it will be a struggle to create a better world for all. And so when they come and work with me, these are the things that we work on. So I immerse them in the language of the virtues. We practice speaking it all the time. And it is the most amazing thing when you acknowledge a child, if something so simple, and just saying, I saw your courage when you did that. Versus, wow, that was awesome. Or, thank you for your cleanliness. You made my job today so much easier. I couldn't believe how this one child just lit up when instead of just saying, hey, thanks. When I said that, I appreciated that. Speaking this language, you watch children, you watch girls light up when you acknowledge their assertiveness, when you acknowledge their courage, when you acknowledge the things inside them that are part of their character. And when they're struggling, you let them know that I struggle with these too. How can I help you? How can we work together to grow this virtue? So in the problem-solving program that I do, I give them lots of really crazy problems. They get really, really frustrated. Today, one of the things was, wow, aren't you glad we have this opportunity to grow our patience today? They don't always like that, but that's the important thing, is that we see in our struggles are the opportunities to grow. And so that, I believe, is how we inspire kids. But they get really bored if I talk for a long time, so I actually have a little exercise for us to do that will help you understand just how it feels to speak the language of the virtues. So Christine's going to give me a hand doing this. My sister, she is a master virtues facilitator. She has taught me everything I know. She's the expert at this. And and what we're going to have you do is just talk to one another. Have a conversation with one another using the language of the virtues. And there's 7 questions, and it'll just take a few minutes, give you each an opportunity to ask those questions. And it says, think of a person whom you admire. Well, for International Women's Day, let's think of a woman that we really admire. And think about what is their core virtue? What is the virtue that draws you to admire them? And that will be the start of the conversation that you have with each other. Okay? I warned Jill, it's going to be interactive. I'm a teacher, you know that, right? And she said, yeah, that's fine. So if you don't have, so if you're sitting with someone, it's a good idea to do this with someone you haven't met before. Just, because it's just because. Christine